In this question, we're going to use a relative frequency histogram that shows the number of hours of sleep as experienced by 29 college men. So I'm going to open up the relative frequency histogram, this thing, and part A asks about how many men had 6 or fewer hours of sleep. So we want all of the data that comes from this bar and this bar. Since it's relative frequency, they have decimals that correspond to a percentage on the axis. So we'll add up the decimals, think about it as a percentage, and take that and multiply it to 29. That'll give us the total number of people who experienced 6 or fewer hours of sleep. Having a hard time seeing exactly where it matches up. I think this one is 0.1 or 10%, and I think this might be like 0.07 or 7%, but just to make sure, I'm going to zoom in on it a little bit. Maybe I'll go one more. So yeah, it looks like 0.07 or 7%, and this is 0.10 or 10%. I don't think we need a calculator to do most of this, but I'll just pull one up to talk about what the process I'm doing. So from here, I'm going to take 0.07, which is 7%. I'm going to add it to here, which is 0.10 or 10%. You get 0.17 or 17%. I'm going to take 17% and multiply it to 29. So that was 0.17 multiplied by 29. Okay, we get 4.93. And over here is asking us to round to the nearest whole number as needed. So that's going to be a total of 5. Check my answer. Okay, that's correct. And the last part is asking about, actually it says the graph is bimodal. And what are the two modes? So modes means like what occurs the most often. And that would be represented by the highest bar. Bimodal because there are actually two that are the same height. So 7 hours is one of the modes, but so is 8 hours. These were the ones that were reported the most often. So for this problem, I'm actually going to enter in two answers. 7 is a mode, as in 7 hours of sleep. I'll put a comma. I'll include 8 as well because 8 was also reported just as much as 7, and I'll check my answer. Okay, so that is it for this problem. Modes show up on a histogram by, you look for the tallest bar, and if there happens to be more than one, then they would all be modes.